Well, good morning. I didn't see you there. It's not like I was the one who pushed live video or anything like that. This is number 90 of 365. It's called Humanitarianism and or Inclusiveness. And I start in 5. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that wherever you are is doing good for you. It is me. It is Paul Carpenter. That's this guy. And I'm here right now. There's things happening. This is number 90 of 365. It's called Humanitarianism and or Inclusiveness. Inclusiveness. Okay, so go something like this. Have you ever been the one that's outside? You know, like the one that doesn't get to fit in? Sometime in your life, at one point or another, you feel like you're the one who's like put out into the cold. You're like, I don't like this feeling. I don't like feeling like this at all. And did you recognize it when you were in that feeling? That you felt like the world was a cold and dirty place? Yeah. Me too. And so, I think they say that some of the nicest people in the world are the ones that have had the worst things happen to them. I think that that's kind of true on some level. Because they know the pain of what it feels like to not be part of the group. You know? And so, I ask, what is this word, humanitarianism? What does it really mean to be human? What does it really mean to have inclusiveness for everyone? And is that possible? Can we live in a world where we allow everyone to just say whatever they want to say? Do whatever they want to do? Or is there a place where we actually need to have some kind of rule of law? That thin blue line that saves us from our own destructive nature? Or is that destructive nature actually something that's inbred into us, taught to us through the media that we consume? I'm just asking questions. I love how it's Shane Lee Blake and then Blake Allen. You gotta love that one right there. But, and thank you for watching, by the way. But that's the question that I'm asking today. What is it to be a human? And what is this idea of inclusiveness? And how do we approach it within our own lives? So how do we include those who kind of rub us the wrong way? How do we approach the situation and the conversation so that we can have that inclusiveness, so we can have that idea of togetherness? Shane Lee says here, the nicest people in the world have been through the toughest battles. They treat people with love and compassion because they would never want anyone to feel the hurt they have felt. The strongest soldiers go through the toughest battles. That's so beautiful. And this is, I guess, on some level what I'm trying to say. Maybe those who are not, empathetic or compassionate haven't gone through the battles that others have. This goes to that saying, you never know what someone's going through. And if that's the case, then how do we approach, once again, each individual situation that we come into with people that, once again, rub us the wrong way? How do we do that in a positive, direct manner? My best answer for you is this. Hold in your graciousness. Hold in your abundance, and a space where there is no anger or frustration, but instead empathy, love, and compassion. And in doing so, you hold a strength that these people can see, these people can feel. And there's no pandering, there's no feeling negative towards them. It's not like you feel sad for them either. If anything, you want to imbue them with knowledge. You want to give them the ability to recognize what they're seeing. For instance, there's a African-American gentleman who has helped over 200 white supremacists no longer be white supremacists by just hanging out with them and showing the human side of who he is. And that changes their lives, because they get to see something that they may not have been able to see before. And that's big. And you could be that person for whoever you encounter in your life, that you, once again, have that weird rub thing, that feeling of like, you find a way inside there to get in there. Because, like Elizabeth just said, hi Elizabeth, good morning. Elizabeth just said, we are in essence a mirror. So when you see something in someone else that you don't like, sometimes, not always, but sometimes, you have an aspect of yourself that does that. And so you're seeing yourself and you're like, oh God, and you want to run away from it instead of seeking discomfort, growing by getting into it, right? Open-mindedness and love. Always be accepting of those like and unlike you. Try and understand them and their perspective. Exactly. And with that, my friends, we have come to this part, which is please, 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 please go out into the world and do something nice for somebody else. And if you can't do something nice for yourself, it does start with you. Number 2, don't get caught up in all the crazy stuff that's going on. And number 3, if you would not mind, please like, share, subscribe, hit the like button, the share button, the little notification bells. It just helps out with the algorithm and the BS, blah, blah, blahs, and all the yada-yadas. So more people will watch. And if you want, you can go to Patreon.com/mentally-HYP, that's me, or you could just send me money because you're like, why not? And that would be Cash App, the little cash symbol with mentally-HYP2018. Or if you don't want to watch this or send this to somebody on Facebook, or one of your friends doesn't like Facebook, they're like, no, not the man, then I understand. You can actually watch this on YouTube as well. As soon as I'm done posting it on Facebook, it goes, if this, then that. If you've never heard of that website, it's really cool. It's called IFTT, if this, then that, IFTT.com. And so it allows you to do really cool things. Like if you post something on Facebook, it immediately will repost something like on Twitter or so on and so forth. So you can actually get something like, if something is being said on Twitter very often, for instance, if you're like into magic and the word magic or magic trick is used in a hashtag, you can do if this, then that. So if this Twitter says something about magic, doesn't matter what account, then that, I want it to go to my Twitter account and repost it. And so anything that's magic will be reposted on your Twitter account, and you'll have thousands of followers wanting to know what it is that you're talking about, because you'll be constantly posting stuff about whatever it is that you're posting about. You can use this for a business or for anything else. It's a really cool little app that you can use, IFTT. I don't know, just felt like giving you some marketing tools today. If this, then that. You can use it for a million things, from Reddit pages to... They're interconnected with everything. So anyways, that's that. I hope you enjoy your little moments of happiness with me. Oh, and by the way, this is the very, very end. And this is my my favorite part. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sharing. And thank you very much for being part of my morning. And I want to say thank you. And I love you all so much. I'll see you all on the other side.